Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Steve, the Idaho Fabricator. I just got back from the powder coater. Check out what's in the back of my truck. It's cool. Now, as you probably know, I've been working on Project 87, my wife's GMC pickup, and she decided she wanted black bumpers. I know, it's going to look cool. So here's what we got. I went to the powder coater. I just picked them up today, and I'm going to unload the truck, get them in the shop. I'm going to turn the heat on. We're going to check these out, and we're going to stick them on the truck. Stay tuned. Hey guys, I've been waiting 2 weeks to get these bumpers back. I know my wife is really excited. Turns out wintertime powder coaters are really busy because everybody's doing their stuff inside their shop. So here they are, and let's go ahead and unwrap them and see what we got underneath here. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be careful that I don't scratch these. They put a bunch of shrink wrap on them. Oh, baby, they look good. Just to protect them. I'm afraid if I used a utility knife, I'd probably cut them. And that would be a bad thing. Oh, yeah, baby. I hope you're getting this on, I'm recording this in high definition, so unfortunately high definition doesn't really show you how nice this looks. Oh yeah, baby. Alright, this off of here, this off of here. Man, what do you think, guys? This looks pretty good, huh? Got a few fingerprints on it, but that's okay. Man, so smooth. This is smooth as butter. Yeah, I know. It's gonna look good. All right, let's check out the front bumper. See how that turned out. Nice thing about, when you powder coat, not only do they get the front side, but they get the back side too. So any of the rust issues that you might have had, they're all gone. Beautiful thing. And there was a lot of rust on the back side of these bumpers. All right. Yeah, that looks good. Scissors. Feels like Christmas. Alright, so get this off and I'll show you the front side. That's the show side. Man, no rust on these. Oh, baby. That looks nice. Looks really nice, guys. All right, so I got both bumpers done. I got shrink film stuck to my shoe. And then also what I did was, let's unwrap these bumper brackets. My scissors somewhere. Oh, here they are. So I had the bumper brackets done, and so here's the lowdown. I got two bumpers, the bumper brackets, some brackets for the step on the side of the bed, and the carriage bolts for the front bumper, so they're powder coated black to match. And the trailer bracket, all this done for $150. That's a smoking deal. And I could have painted this stuff, but you know, by the time I blasted it, in fact, I'd have to have it blasted because it's snowing outside and I can't really get my portables blaster outside in this weather. So I'd have to blast it, have it blasted. That would probably cost $100. And then I'd have to buy some epoxy primer and epoxy it because they'd be bare metal. And then I would high build primer it and then paint it. And when I added up all those numbers, it was over $300. And I got all this done for $150. Smoking deal. So I decided why not just do the bumper bracket, because they were nasty. There was some serious rust on these guys. And obviously there's still going to be some pitting on here, but they're just bumper brackets. And man, it really, somebody knows how to wrap this stuff. So yeah, you can see there's, you know, pitting on there, but it won't matter for what I'm doing. And I don't know if you can tell, but right here, before I took these off, I stamped them. This is the right side, and then the other side, left side. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't get them mixed up. So anyway, just a little tip for you. Get your punches out, mark them, and then that way you can put them back on the same way they came off. So let's get this other bracket off. We're going to need these to mount the bumper. I didn't have to take the front bumper mounts off because, well, they're really a pain in the rump. So, and they didn't look that rusty, so I left those on. Man, the guy must own a shrink film company because there's some serious shrink film on there. All right, looks pretty good. There's the L for the left side, so I don't get them mixed up. These are the brackets for the step side step that goes right in front of the rear fender, right underneath. And these were pretty rusty. And they look pretty nice. The way these mount is there's threaded inserts here, so I'll chase these threads with a thread chaser, 5/16 course. And you'll notice I stamped these too. So there's an L there, and then a right on the other side. And these fit up inside the stake pocket. They fit up inside here. This is the other side though. And then this has a nice solid place for the step to mount. So I figured why not just get these powdered too. So that's what we did. Put that off there. Get this one wrapped. And let's get this bumper on. See how it looks on the truck. I know Sally's pretty excited to get her truck back. And I want to get back on Project Transformation, so kind of a win-win for both of us. She gets her truck, I get mine. There's the R I stamped on there just to show you. So left and right, it's always a good tip. And then these are the carriage bolts for the front, and they look beautiful. And if you're not familiar with powder paint, what they do is they'll wrap a wire around each of these and they'll positively charge them with electrical current. They have a big rack. They hang all this stuff on. They wrap a wire around, hang these, and then notice how my powder coater, he only powder coated the part that I needed color on, not the part where I have to put, a nut on it, because this won't show, and I'd have to remove the powder from the threads, 'cause otherwise the nut wouldn't go back on. So they do a pretty nice job doing that. Anyway, they wrap all these with wire, and then they hang it all up, and it's on a giant metal rack. I mean, it's like 20 feet long. It's got steel wheels and a track in the floor, so it's grounded. The rack is grounded. They positively charge the metal. And then he comes along with this funny little gun, and he sprays the powder on, and the powder just sticks to the metal because of the electrical charge. And then he rolls this in the oven, bakes it at 400 degrees. You know, it's like making a cake. And depending on how thick the material is, this stuff, I think he told me, was like 40 minutes in the oven. Rolls it out after 40 minutes. Once it cools down, it's good to go. Shiny, nice, super durable, and it's a great option for all kinds of parts on your trucks and cars that you're working on. So, all right, so let's mount this thing up. You know, it's always nice. Here's another little tip that I've learned. Like when you're doing this, I just buy new bolts and washers. They're not very expensive, and that way you don't have to dink around with cleaning the threads and chasing the threads, and you just start out with nice clean threads. Everything goes together really nice. And one more washer. Mouth washer, and okay, and so I got the bumper on, and I'd forgotten to mention before I took this bumper off, and you can't really see it here, but I actually scribed in the frame on both sides so I knew what angle the bumper was, and that made it a lot easier to get it back in the same spot that it was, so the bumper would sit nice and level. I checked it, it's level, so that's good. These license plate holders, just FYI, they never come out. You know, you think, they're plastic, they'll just push right out. They don't push right out, they just spray. So it's like $2.50, just get a new set. They snap into these square holes in the back to hold the license plate. I've got some new LED license plate lights for here, and a little bit of wiring down here for the trailer wires. Oh, remember the last time we were talking, I was telling you that when you're working on these old trucks, it's like peeling an onion. You know, you start out with the idea, hey, I'm just going to fix this. And then all kinds of other stuff shows up. Well, for the longest time, I couldn't figure out why the trailer lights weren't working. And so I took all this wiring off, and they had used those really funky clamp splices, which I don't like, and they'd done that. And then where else is that other part I was going to show you? Oh, here it is. So when I took the trailer hitch off, the plug-in, I noticed that one of these was completely missing, and all these were like heavily corroded, and that's why I was getting, my trailer lights weren't working. Sometimes the brake light worked, sometimes the turn signal wouldn't work. And so I'm putting a new one of these on. These are like $8. They're all plastic, which I think the plastic's a good thing because it keeps the corrosion down. Especially here in Idaho, they like to put this stuff on the road called mag chloride in the wintertime, and it's a fancy name for salt, and it kind of chews away at the metal. So this is probably a good idea to go with the plastic. So I got to do that. So I'm going to get the stuff ready for the front bumper. I'm going to get the bolts that I need, get the bumper in place, and then I'll show you how that looks. So I'll be right back. There it is. It's all leveled and on there. If you can imagine, this thing was chrome before and had a lot of rust on it and some holes that didn't need to be there. So I filled all those holes in and cleaned up the rust before I had it powdered. So This is really going to complement the truck, change the whole look of it actually. And I'm going to show you the front bumper. It's bitchin', and the only way to really see it right is for me to raise the garage door, and you can take it in its full, you know, all its glory. So let's go outside and I'll raise the garage door. I should be playing the theme to 2000. Dun 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 dun. That looks awesome. Totally changes the look. This was chrome before, but it was rusty too. And I don't know, I might re-detail these up. I don't know if these should be black or not. So, you know what? Leave me a note in the comments. Let me know what you think about blackening those out too. Hey, it looks awesome. Oh, I did want to mention one more thing. There's 8 bolts here, but I had 10 of them done, just in case. You always want to just in case. So anyway, guys, it's been great fun, and be sure and subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you next time at Idaho Fabricator.